As the Summer League action continues tonight in Vegas, let's discuss some good bets and DFS plays for tonight's slate. So, Kenny, let's start with you and your favorite high-priced DFS play for the Summer League tonight. Now, you can roster Jalen Suggs for 9,400. He went off for 24 points in his debut Monday night.
Yeah, I like the Orlando Magic tonight quite a bit, and I also like the New York Knicks. So I'll save that for the value section because I think there's a ton of value. One guy that I don't think is going to be very popular coming off a really atrocious game, who I think is going to step up in a big way against a weak Cleveland team, is Cole Anthony. He's $9,000. People are going to be scared to pay for this guy, considering he had 17.5 fantasy points in his opener. But this is a big summer league for Cole Anthony. 29 minutes. He has a lot of pressure on him right now. I mean, I think the expectations were high for him coming out of college last year. His rookie season, he had some flashes of brilliance. And anytime you get an NBA guy playing, with that experience, playing against summer league guys, as Nick likes to say, there's always the potential for a big game. He has a lot of talent, and I think that he'll see what happened with Suggs, and he'll step up and match what Suggs is able to do. Just a terrible shooting night, 1 of 9. I think that he will just hit more shots. He's going to be on the floor a lot. He's got a lot of talent. He's got a lot of experience, and he's got a great matchup against a weak Cleveland Summer League team. So I think Cole Anthony is going to be the great contrarian play of the night.
Okay, where are you going to be going, Nick, for an expensive guy that you want to pay up for?
Yeah, Anthony's a good call coming off of a tough game in the opener. Didn't shoot the ball well. I think there's a good chance that he bounces back tonight. I'm not sure about paying up for Jalen Suggs. I thought he looked really good in the opener, but 9,400 is a lot when you have so many options, especially if you're playing that 5-game kind of middle of the night slate, I guess, on DraftKings. So, Emmanuel quickly to give a shout out to Kenny's Knicks at 8,900. He looked great, probably a little overqualified at this point to be playing in Summer League. I like him at 8,900. Obi Toppin, another Knicks player who's looked really good in their 2 games so far at 7,700. Udoka Azabuki, a big man for the Utah Jazz. College basketball fans may remember him from Kansas. He had 26 DraftKings points in their last game, had some monster games in the Utah Summer League last week. Like, he legitimately looks like Greg Oden out there. I think he's grown 2 inches since he left Kansas. He just looks like a beast, and there are very few players who can match up with him physically. And then I'll give out one shout out to Jordan Nwora for the Milwaukee Bucks in the early slate. They played the earliest game on the slate today. He's at 7,800. Took 17 shots in the first half 2 nights ago in their Summer League opener, had 52 DraftKings points in that game.
All right, Nick, how about a value DFS play that you're interested in tonight?
I'm going to look toward the Golden State Warriors and give a shout out to a guy who has been around the NBA. Seems like he's been on like a number of 2-way deals over the years, actually played for the Bucks at one point. Gary Payton II, he's at 4,700, played 28 minutes in the opener for Golden State. Played pretty well in that game, and seems like a guy who's going to be kind of a mainstay in that rotation in Vegas. Rookie Herb Jones for the Pelicans, he's down at 4,300, had a well-rounded line in their opener, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. So that's somebody who doesn't necessarily need to score 20 points to return value. He can kind of do everything. And then Austin Reeves for the Lakers, a rookie out of Oklahoma. He was undrafted. Great player in the Big 12. Maybe not a guy who's going to stick around at the NBA level, but looked really good in their opener against Phoenix the other night, played 24 minutes in that one. I think he's a decent value at 5,300.
All right, Kenny, which Knicks player are you going with?
I'm going to go with 2 because I really like them both, and they're pretty much the same amount of money. Deuce McBride, of course, as a fellow Deuce, I'm going to have to go with him. He's had a tremendous start to Summer League so far. He had that 1 steal. I expect many more steals from him before the teams leave Vegas. And, he's just been very involved. He's a stat sheet stuffer. That is what he does. That is what he did at West Virginia. He's a hard worker on the court. 26 minutes in his opening game. I think he's going to be a pretty big part of this game as well, as they maybe start to phase out Obi Toppin and Emmanuel quickly a little bit. As Nick alluded to, maybe a little overqualified. Also, Jericho Sims, I think, has been one of the stories of Summer League. An incredible start for him. He's only $5,100. He did only play 22 minutes, but he managed to score 24.5 fantasy points in those minutes. Incredible vertical, incredible physicality. A lot of people saying if Mitchell Robinson actually decided to work on, maybe scoring in the post, this is what it would turn into. I think everyone is very impressed with how he's played. So both of these guys around $5,000, I think, are incredible hits.
All right, Kenny, is there like a bigger name prospect going today that you would rather fade?
Yeah, I'm definitely fading Jonathan Kaminga of the Warriors at $8,900. You know, a guy that just kind of been working in and out of the lineup in Summer League. He made his debut to some acclaim, 16 points, 32 and a half DraftKings fantasy points in 29 minutes. But I'm not super high on Kaminga's talent. I think there's a reason that he fell. And also a lot of other guys, I think, on this Golden State team that they're going to want to get the ball to. Moses Moody, I think, is going to be the clear guy. Kyle Guy, speaking of guys, was off to a good start here as well. So I think that there's not enough shots to go around for Jonathan Kaminga, the way he's been shooting the ball, to really stand out tonight on the slate, especially with so many great value plays. And you look at the board, he's the third highest option. Considering he didn't even have that great of a start, I'm just not thrilled about paying $8,900 for this guy. So I'm definitely fading.
All right, Nick, what do you think? Bigger name prospect going today that you just don't want a part of?
I think the price on Franz Wagner is a little too high. He was 0 of 6 from 3 in the opener, just didn't really look super comfortable. I think he's a guy who eventually is going to be a good NBA player, but maybe he's going to take a little bit of time. So paying for him at $8,100 just seems like a fool's errand to me. And I would consider fading Scotty Barnes. Had a huge first game for Toronto, double-double, 5 assists, did everything defensively. Pretty much the best case scenario for Scotty Barnes in that debut. I think there's a decent chance that he maybe comes back down to earth a little bit.